definitely heard this waltz before, in movies, on TV, honestly, everywhere, and you think, oh, what a happy, lovely melody. But that is a trap. Dmitri Shostakovich wrote it to sound cheerful, but actually, it feels like a memory with shadows in it. It sounds beautiful, right? But underneath that beauty, there is nostalgia, melancholy, and something a bit unsettling. Shostakovich had lived through decades where one wrong note, one wrong smile could ruin his entire life, and that anxiety has never left him. So today I want to show you what he was hiding between the notes. This is the waltz that isn't happy. Dmitri Shostakovich was born in 1906 in St. Petersburg, Russia. During his life, he wrote many compositions against the communist dictatorship. He criticized the brutal aspects of the regime and used his music to express pain, irony, and symbolic resistance. Yet he also adapted institutionally to the system in order to protect his own life and his family. Dmitri Shostakovich literally slept with his clothes on, with a suitcase ready, because he expected that the secret police would knock on his door any moment. So when he wrote a waltz that sounds cheerful, yeah, it wasn't because actually he was feeling great. It was more like, I have to look happy in order to stay alive. For many years, Soviet composers, they were pushed to write bright, optimistic music in order to align with the communist propaganda. Anything too emotional to into perspective was dangerous. So Shostakovich did something genius. He wrote a waltz that sounds like a smile, but feels kind of like a funeral march. And there are also a few little musical things that make this waltz feel unsettling. So when you listen to the piano part, it's heavy, it's plods, it sounds more like a march than a dance. Then after that the melody enters, so the main theme, and yes, it is beautiful indeed, but it feels kind of like distant, like someone smiling while hiding something behind their eyes. And Shostakovich was a master at this. On paper, happy Soviet waltz. Underneath, this quiet feeling that something is wrong. And the tension between these two worlds is what makes this music so addictive. Your ear can feel the truth. Now, there is one moment in the piece that strikes me every single time. It's when the music suddenly slips into the E flat major, when it modulates. So until up to that point, everything feels a little bit tight, a little bit tense, like the music pretends to be cheerful, but then that modulation happens. And here it's like the whole piece just takes a breath. The harmony opens up. The melody becomes warmer, more human. It feels like the mask is finally dropping. It's a very short moment, but for me, this hits really hard because there is this mix of hope and sadness at the same time. And I think that's exactly why this waltz haunts us so much. It's beauty sitting on top of something deeply fragile. We don't live in the same world as Shostakovich did, but we all know what it feels like to smile on the outside when life is actually hard on the inside. That's why it stays with us. We recognize that feeling. And now that you know the story, listen to this music with this point of view. But before I play, let me know in the comment section below, where does this waltz take you emotionally? And if you want to explore more music together with me, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the performance. This is Dmitri Shostakovich Waltz No. 2, played by me, my brother on the violin, and my cousin on the piano.
Thank you.